3 majors in 13 months. Not Tiger. Not Phil. Padraig Harrington, the numbers man who turned patience and precision into a short, quiet dynasty. Open 2007. Open 2008. PGA 2008. If you want to understand how, you can't start at Carnoustie. You start in South Dublin at Stackstown, where drizzle and crosswinds punish wishful thinking and greens have no sympathy for a bad idea. His father worked. Padraig worked too, in a different way. He studied accountancy while climbing Ireland's ranks, then the Walker Cup. Numbers calmed him. Patterns and repeatability said the world made sense if you chose the right variables. He wasn't a thunderclap, he was a metronome, fairways first, big halves of greens, start lines that held in wind, putts that arrived hole high and fell asleep on the lip instead of racing past. He tinkered even when things worked, not from fear, but from disciplined curiosity. There must be a better way. Carnoustie 2007 gives him the worst kind of test. For 3 days, he plays like someone counting breath. Tee shot to position, middle number, controlled pace. Then the 72nd detonates. One choice a hair too bold, one gust a touch too cold, and the berry burn takes what it always takes: rhythm, quiet, the lead. Double bogey. Careers have broken on less. The old tape clicks in. You're not built for the biggest ones. He breaks the loop, not with a miracle, but with a reset. The playoff is not punishment, it's a new round. He returns to the identity that brought him there. Clean start lines, conservative targets, assertive strokes. Sergio García blinks. Harrington doesn't. When he lifts the claret jug, it looks less like a surprise than like a ledger finally balanced. Royal Birkdale 2008 asks a different question. Wind moves balls at apex. Rain slants sideways. His wrist nags. The course dares everyone to be a hero. He refuses the dare. He plays links golf the way textbooks would if they had courage. Low when the wind grabs, high when carry is mandatory. Never the short side trap, always the long side that lets the next shot breathe. He chooses targets that let slopes do the transporting. He prefers 8 meters uphill to 4 downhill because stress lives in speed, not in distance. And then Sunday offers a platform, 17, 5 wood. The ball climbs into air that shrinks everyone else, holds its line, lands on the shelf, and trickles to the place where cheering becomes physical. You feel it in your ribs. Eagle. Door shut. 68 holes of discipline, and finally one swing allowed to be loud. 3 weeks later, the scene changes. The method doesn't. Oakland Hills, the PGA. The monster. Narrow corridors, rough that grabs, greens that punish ego. This is where courage looks like caution on TV. Harrington carries the same tool bag into the house. Start lines you trust in the dark, targets that keep the miss playable, putts that respect the edge. Sergio is there again. Ben Curtis too. Late long irons need to land like signatures, not stunts. They do. On yardage book lines, not broadcast angles. The Wanamaker goes up. His face reads less like triumph than confirmation. The story you wrote at Carnoustie and Birkdale reads in American type too. Thread the 3 together and a pattern appears. He wins by refusing to become someone else when noise demands it. Carnoustie throws disaster. He answers with steadiness. Birkdale throws weather. He answers with clarity. Oakland Hills tempts with hero lines. He answers with shelves and safe thirds. The targets are conservative, the strokes fearless. That rare pairing is why TV sometimes underrates him and trophy rooms don't. He chooses the wide half of the green and then rolls the putt as if he fired at the flag. Par becomes pressure. Birdie becomes consequence, not assignment. To grasp why it was him, go back again. The Dublin kid who almost became an accountant, the young pro living between 5th place and half chances, the Ryder Cup player learning that walk speed steals points from adrenaline, the tinkerer sanding his short game, his trajectories, his number corridors, long after boredom set in. That devotion to order isn't a weakness. It's the reason he didn't split on 18 at Carnoustie, didn't flinch on 17 at Birkdale, didn't chase ghosts on Sunday at Oakland Hills. There's warmth, too. A dry humor that rounds edges. Irish stubbornness that doesn't translate as no, but not yet. Losses outside the ropes. Injuries that arrive when life has already asked enough. The run of 2007 to 08 is mechanics in service of character. How long can a streak like this last? Most hot streaks are shooting stars, bright, then gone. Harrington's glows longer because it doesn't rely on mystique. Weather swings don't snap it, bad bounces don't derail it. His past, as a worker, not a chosen one, makes it resilient. He had no aura to protect, only a system to repeat. If you could choose for your own career, a handful of genius sparks or the silent additions of a bookkeeper, what would you pick? 13 months, 3 trophies, 3 proofs. Carnoustie says you don't need to avoid disaster to win a major. You need to survive it and then be yourself again. Birkdale says great golf in wind isn't louder, it's clearer. Oakland Hills says courage often looks like humility when punishment waits left and right. Together they reveal a man who built a compass out of his past instead of an anchor. One image lingers. Harrington on a tee, shoulders lifting a millimeter as if to say, same task as yesterday. The ball takes off like someone typed a number into the air. No pose, no myth. A professional who takes the game so seriously, it starts to look simple again. Later, when cameras are gone and trophies gather dust, the story that remains is of a Dubliner who almost became an accountant and instead turned golf's cruelest Sundays into a spreadsheet that kept spitting out the same answer. +1 for patience, +1 for clarity, +1 for the courage to stay quiet. Before we close, one question. When everything around you gets louder, do you change or double down on who you are? Harrington answered 3 times in 13 months.